Vincent Skinwell here, welcoming you to episode 2155 of the Goin Deep Show, where we go deeper than I did on your mom last night. Today, Kid AG and El Prez give you the lowdown on all sorts of bullshit. So strap one on, crank up the volume. Let's dive in, fuckers. Get ready to go deep.
Kid AG in the booth, spit fire, no doubt. Podcast killer, got the streets on clout. 20 years deep, fights for evil side. Good as dumb, he the devil, ain't no place to hide. Goin Deep Show, got them demons on call. Little devil whispering, make the angels fall. Mike hot as brimstone, truth is a flame. Good guy shook, Kid AG's Hall of Fame. Kid AG, devil on your shoulder, holding court. Goin Deep Show, evil won't fall short. Whispers in your ear, got you lost in the game. For 2 decades strong, he's been fanning the flame. Flexing his horns, the spotlight is black. Broadcast legend, ain't no angel's track. Every word's a weapon, loaded and cocked. Good's a joke, and it's the evil that rocked. Spinning tails, mixing chaos and sin. Truth taking L's, Kid AG got the win. From the shadows, he pulling the strings. 20 years reppin', the devil's got wings. Fight the darkness, whispers grow bold. That is dumb, let the lies be told. Syndicated this tracking you low. Kid AG, it's all Goin Deep Show.
It's solid, man. You got to keep this shit. This is the intro.
Goin Deep Show.
It's fucking nuts, isn't it?
No, this is perfect. All right, so I got to ask, because we always talk about AI.
Welcome to everybody.
Yeah. EP in the house.
How's it going?
How much did you have to put in? How many lines of
lyrics?
Lyrics, or what did you put in the comments to the parameters?
You only have 200 character prompt.
Right.
So I put in aggressive rap song about a podcast that's been around for 20 years, featuring the host Kid AG. He's a little devil on your shoulder. Show's called Goin Deep Show. It's all about, fighting for the powers of evil.
That's sick, man.
That's all I gave it, and that's what it fucking came out.
That is so fucking twisted and sick.
It's wrong.
I love it.
I know, it's crazy.
By the way, this shit, Brewdog,
Yeah.
non-alcoholic punk as fuck. This is good shit.
I know. I was shocked by this. Everybody, we're talking about the NAs that we did a couple of episodes ago when Zeldor was in here. He left a few. Now, I went to the fridge today.
Elvis, too. Nice.
Now, here's the thing. I was very disappointed when I came out here because he left me a bunch of these in the fridge, but I didn't turn the heat on since he was here last week. So what happened is there was like a bottle of something in there, and it just shattered. And then these NAs that are in there, they're all like ready to fucking explode.
Yeah.
So
They're
I'm like,
icy
we got
cold.
to drink them. He also brought a white claws that have nothing in them too.
Oh,
so
those-
not that we're promoting sobriety, but if you want to do what you want to do, I mean, it's sometimes too early for this shit.
Let's face it, I had to fuck it up by bringing in some Murphy's Mash.
Oh, Jesus, man. It's fucking beautiful stuff. You're looking sharp. Got your hair did. I got lots to get to, man. I got tons of stuff.
There's so much fucking shit going on this week.
I want to just send our fucking thoughts to the people with the fires, because that is insane what's going on out there. My friend, who on the show we call her Nip. What do I call her? Eraser. I call her Eraser. I don't call her Nips. I don't call her Nips. Even though that's
They are erasers.
They are
Just to
erasers.
make it free what you're talking about.
So she has friends that are out in LA, and they're, we're packed and ready to go if we need to be. But it's awful, man. All the videos and stuff. And,
the drone overheads that I've seen, just everything just gone. And people have to remember, there's regular people that live out there. Not everybody's a star. Not everybody is, in the business, so to speak. So you got normal Joes that have just lost everything.
Yeah, it's awful.
And a lot of, I saw the Lions have stepped up to Detroit Lions to donate money. I saw where Jamie Lee Curtis was donating money. So that's where it is, where we take care of ourselves. If you got it, give it. whether it's local community, whatever it is to help people out.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is one of those instances where I have to like rewind and remind everybody why we do this podcast. It's kind of this audio journal of my life and my friends' lives and things that we do around here. And our little motto at the beginning of the show, of course, fighting for evil because good is dumb and all that. I've gotten emails sometimes when we bring up serious topics about these things where we're thinking a little bit more about people and stuff like that. You're like, well, you're fighting for the evil, doing all this stuff. Like, that seriously is lifted from Spaceballs, Mel Brooks. Okay, there's none of that is real. Just like our cute little devil, none of that. We've talked about this in the past. So I just want to remind everybody, people, you need to like have a heart sometimes, and you need to like when people are going through some shit, figure out somehow, some way you can do things, or just appreciate what you have, and then make sure you appreciate the people that are around you. Because there's gonna be loss of life, there's gonna be loss of pets and memorabilia, art, mementos, and things that are just never going to be able to be replaced again. So that there's something, not to get too serious right off the bat here, but we don't want to send our best out there to people, and hopefully, some type of normalcy, which is I cannot even imagine how long that's going to take to get back to. But we send our best.
Yeah, it's no different than when a hurricane goes through Florida. It takes time to rebuild, and some things. It's a reminder too, and again, as you said, not to get too deep into it. What's really important, because we surround ourselves with all kinds of stuff. It's the people you're with on the journey of life is what's really important.
Yeah.
And out there, it's not as easy as turning on some spigot to release water, to get it in water pressure on your shower, as some Nimrod was talking about this week.
God. The way that our future looks so bright. God, oh my God.
Yeah.
I saw a meme this morning though, which it was way too soon. Okay. I love when people go way too soon. Anthony Jeselnik is one of these guys that'll do this from time to time when there's a big tragedy. He'll jump in and do that. When we had the tsunami years and years ago, probably like, I don't know, when was it, 2006, 7, 8, somewhere in there. I was being the devil's advocate at that point when it was like, oh no, it's a tsunami. Ah, no, it was like you go way too soon. I saw one this morning. It was Adam Sandler from Little Nicky, and it's when the dude's lit on fire, and he's just standing there laughing like, ah!
Yeah.
And he's pointing out, it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I saw one like one guy's like just kind of dancing, being afraid of the fire. What do I do? What do I do? You run, you get away from it.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck,
but
man?
It's been a crazy week. Jimmy Carter, 39, passed away. Got all the President's Club all getting together. You got George bumping Obama in the stomach.
Did you see any of the AI videos that were generated from that? They
not yet. I heard
they're fucking hilarious.
It's kind of like a little bro code. I don't know if they smoked a bowl before Obama went in there, because he was pretty fucking friendly.
He was pretty chatty. He was smooth motherfucker, smooth criminal.
And he was laughing at everything Orange was talking about. So.
I hate the fact that the color orange is associated with him, and it's like our fucking show. In fact, I've been thinking about changing the color of the devil logo because of that. Think about that.
Don't do it. Don't
change the color.
It's more the black. I always think of the show more as black. Just like these little printers here that you got printed up are black and white.
So, in order to change like the mood of things, we talk about some stuff.
You've been like. I've seen a lot of shows this week getting released. You've been going into the vault.
I've been going into the vault. Any new stuff that comes in is going to get trickled out in between. But what I've been doing is, and I think I want to try to do this, depending on how many shows came out that exact day in years prior, I want to bring it back. And I'm with the assistance of the AI.
Yeah.
My AI assistant. Yeah, I'm thinking about releasing a new show every fucking day. Or something getting put out every day.
So you can take what a past show is, put it through AI, and give it a new spin.
It redoes the notes. It redoes the whole thing. It gives an outline of what it is. It's much more detailed, and it's from that specific day, either 5, 10, 15, 20, however many years ago now. It just respins it out. And the great part about it is I don't have to re-upload a file, so it saves on our server space. So any new stuff we can still pump out. These are just referencing the old files that are already there, and it's just kind of like a good way to go throw back. I think the one from today. The Jesus blow up doll. Today was the Jesus blow up time. You're going to want to hear that one, everybody. It's quite sacrilegious. It's very terrible. It's awful.
So kind of like Facebook, you're bringing back the poke.
Oh, Jesus, Facebook.
You're going to start poking people.
I want to know what your take is on this about the whole Facebook kind of almost veering into X territory.
It makes sense what he's doing. It really does.
Fill everybody in on what's going on with that.
So what it is if you haven't already heard, Meta, Insta, Threads, which he got pissed because nobody responded to Threads when everything said. Threads is like
it's a dud.
It's a dud. And I know a lot of people are switching to Blue Sky.
Yep, I got Blue Sky.
And then with TikTok, it's Lemonade. And there's another one that's
Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Yeah,
that's they're asking people to kind of migrate over to that in case. But again,
you do wonder what the next thing is.
Well, the whole thing about the fact checking, I don't think that drives people as much nuts about checking facts. It's more about the fake accounts, the policing of people creating. Taking their pictures, whatever it is, and re-sending them out to basically try to fool people into thinking that,
What I think it is, I think Facebook got too much fucking pressure from the government to change and do stuff. So they're just saying, we got to be more hands off because it just became a big burden for them. I mean, if you run a social network and let other people on your account or your site, your feet are going to get held to the fire when some shit goes down that they think you're causing. So I think this is it saves on a couple of things. I get pissed off at Facebook and a lot of these social networks for the moderations because they're paying outside sources to moderate the content, which I've heard crazy stories of these companies that they're hiring with suicide rates through the roof from the employees. They're not getting paid enough to do it, and the things that they're seeing are just horrific because there's a bunch of assholes out there just want to kind of push it and see what they'll allow or how long it'll be there. I've heard, it's well documented. You hear some stories of some shit that oh my God, it's fucking awful. I didn't want to repeat the shit that I read.
I think we're all, at this point trained enough. Hey, I see something on the internet. Let me take a moment. Let me fact check it myself before reposting it, sharing or commenting on it, because nobody wants to be called out being the dumbass that posted something incorrect on their page.
Wait, you mean people just don't read things and think that they're all true? Because it seems like that's the case, don't you think?
I used to send things to friends like, hey, and I would send it separately. I wouldn't comment. It'd be like, hey, you might want to look that up because it's wrong, and they're like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
You're a Debbie Downer.
People don't want to even be told that could be wrong, let alone take the time to research to figure it out if it is.
Look at this again. A lot of shit this week. Pfizer releasing the side effects of their COVID vaccine, and everybody's tripping balls on that about all the different listed things and saying, I told you so. This is why you shouldn't do it.
Well, Zuckerberg was talking yesterday on Rogan's podcast about how the government was trying to get them to not release or not put out memes even about the side effects, even stopping the memes.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me, man? It's fucking nuts. How do we live in this world? How do we go from the internet where we had to search with a web crawler and using Mosaic browser and we had to search for fucking internet skin and it was trickling in. Remember how long it took to get a goddamn picture of a fucking naked chick? And then you do the worst is when you would wait for it and it was like a hot chick and it was a chick with a dick. Yeah. Chick with a dick. Oh.
I still got a buddy, and usually it's like a foot long black dong.
Foot long from the subway.
And no, that's just your AI.
It's AI. You just make it. Just make some AI. Here at the show, we like to veer towards the real hot people. But the fact of the matter is, as we get older here, all of the bitches that we thought were hot 20 years ago, if they're still holding it together, that's a goddamn miracle, okay? It is. Cleaner and I started a segment a couple of years ago. It was hot chicks you would still bang. Hot chicks you would still bang. And I did have one on the list today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And did you bang her?
I wish. I'd wish.
You said it was on the list.
Hot chicks that you would bang. It's not hot chicks. I should call.
So they don't live here.
No, there's like celebrities. Celebrities,
okay.
like yeah.
So these are like the ones that if it ever happened, your significant other would let you bang them.
We should rename it to hot chicks you jacked off to, and if you'd still jack off to them.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
On today's
Michelle Lowe or Yo, whatever.
Yo, the one I had on the list today is Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
Still holding it together, like 54, 55.
Allie Lautner. That's on Landman.
Yeah.
They show her. Oh, she's still smoking.
Not for fucking sure. So the reason I bring this up and the whole thing is Heidi Klum has a 34-year-old husband. So the headline I read today was about how Heidi Klum loves to go topless at adult beach so that keeps the fire going, keeps it alive. You know, to me, you don't get me wrong, chick's hot as shit. I remember what she was like back in the 90s, but she seems high maintenance as hell. Have you just seen her Halloween costumes? Can you imagine living with her?
No, I can't. I mean, Seal was. There's a reason why.
She's still a smoke show. She's still hottie boom body for sure.
What about all right, you want to talk about real old school? Jamie Lee Curtis. Mm-hmm. You know.
I've jacked to that before.
Yep. Everybody's frozen that's little, paused it on Trading Places.
Even in True Lies.
True Lies, yes.
That scene when she's dancing. Christa.
Yep.
Did you see her and Fallon doing the reenactment of the aerobic scene? Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
It's fucking good.
She was in that other, the movie not Star something. It was the one with Travolta, where he's the journalist from Rolling Stone and Jazzercise class.
I can't remember the damn name of it was.
I actually caught a thing. It was I was scrolling through. It was Natalie Portman on SNL, and her doing the opening deal, and they were asking Star Wars questions, and then one of the guys starts to ask like her being in The Professional. And does she still have any clothes left from when she was in The Professional?
Oh, God.
She's like, I was 11 years old when I did that.
That's, oh, my God. You just got canceled.
So.
I want to bring up something that...
What's going on, man? We haven't talked... Sorry, last week it was like... I had to put the show on pause. You were going to do it live in the studio. Did you get it worked out?
Well... The cameras and thing, that's all technical. We could have done it live with the cameras and stuff, but I don't want to try to look all presentable for a camera at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
That's why you have a haircut.
I'm gonna wear a hat, wear a burqa, do the whole thing covering up the face.
Nice toque.
No, I was reading a story this morning and it brought up a good question, and I was talking to Erasure about this, and I said, "Hey, do you ever masturbate while you're driving?" And she's like, "Yes," without missing a beat. She's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I said, that has happened, but
easier for women.
Way easier for women. For me, I think it's more of I'm anticipating going over to girl house to get some.
Right.
And then you're kind of getting yourself all worked up, right? You're getting yourself kind of going.
Having that something about Mary moment. Kind of rub one out before.
Or either rub it out or just get it ready to go.
Yeah.
So I read a story this morning. There's a cop down in Florida who got this fucking asshole. He got caught looking at porn from his body cam, and the reason they caught him was he drilled a stopped car. So he was looking at fucking porn. His body cam footage shows up that he's looking at the porn, and he hits a parked car, not a parked car, but a stopped car. It's like a stoplight or stop sign. Can you imagine being this fucking dipshit going back and trying to explain that? Or getting out of the car, and I would love to hear the body cam footage or see what he said if he tries to cover his ass.
Gay porn.
I don't know. It looked like chicks. So
no, but I mean, you might as well just hand in the badge and the gun right there and keys and go to another job. You'd have to have some really strong union. And actually, I can say this. I've had to defend people for watching porn on their devices, work devices.
What?
And
had to defend them?
Yeah, because back when I was pres in the union, we had a couple of different things happen where people would they just do stupid ass shit. And, you're not supposed to look at porn on your work phone. You're not supposed to do it on your company laptop. And they do.
They just couldn't help themselves.
Yeah, couldn't help themselves. Don't want the wife to know, whatever. And
so they're fine with work finding out, but they're not fine with the wife finding out.
No common sense whatsoever. And so then we have to, it's a write-up. It's breaking company policy, and basically they're getting suspended pending termination investigation, and we got to come back in and look at the evidence, look at things and what they're doing and why, and how many hours and what sites it are, and how to come up with an explanation of getting this person to not lose their fucking job.
Yeah.
For fucking off.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
So this guy, I didn't dive too far into the story because I just got caught up in like the whole flicking your bean or jacking your meat in the car.
Women, it's got to be so much easier. I mean, with skirts, no underwear, panties, whatever you want to call it. It's flip it over to the side. Where us, you got to take something off to.
You got to unzip. You got to pull it through the little underwear hole. They should just call that the jack hole because that's the only reason you take your dick out. Have you ever put your thing through that thing in the front in order to take a piss? No, never. Like you think it did it one time and it never folded back correctly. And I'm like, I'm never fucking using that stupid opening in the front of that goddamn underwear again.
Crank it back in.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
No, there was actually a dude in Bay City that got busted for jacking off at McDonald's back in the day. For the drive-through, I think it was. So.
This leads me to think about this more. Not thinking about other people jacking off, but how many times have you? We drive by cars all the time.
Yeah.
People are in there just fucking playing with themselves. They're walking around and just driving around playing with themselves. At stop signs or just flicking around.
Shit. This just reminded me. So when I actually was living in Georgia, and I was driving from Atlanta out to where I was staying out by Athens. And on the freeway, as you got semi-truckers coming through, this chick in a car is lifting her fucking top up, and the truck drivers can see it. And I look over, and I'm like, holy shit, what's going on over here?
Nice rack?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Little, 20-some-year-old blonde hottie, 36 double Ds.
Oh, my God.
You could tell it made an impression on me.
Perfect.
And yeah, so I was like getting off at my exit, and right next to the hotel where I was staying at was also a health spa thing that was open.
Quote unquote spa.
And you'd always see the sheriff car there every Monday morning.
Getting his little rub and tug.
Yep. Picking up their little payment.
Making sure, yeah, exactly. Here, we'll give you a little, you give me a couple rub and tugs, I'm going to just kind of glance past the fact that you guys are a prostitution ring in here.
Yep. So
that's pretty much
crazy
it.
Ass shit.
I want to circle back around a little bit to Facebook, okay? And Zuck. He was on Rogan yesterday.
He's got a new look.
I have tried my damnedest to not just like the guy, but just tolerate how he is and what he's about in these things. Okay,
is it the $3 trillion his net worth?
It's what's funny about that. I don't even think about the money stuff and how much he makes and all that because he still is there. He's in he's grinding. He's still working. He's still making. He still is in it. I like that. I get that aspect of it because there's many in the people in this world. They create that thing. They sell it. They're out of there. They're fucking gone. You don't hear their name again. Okay.
Damn, that's good.
So yesterday he was talking about. I just caught the headline of this because I didn't catch the rest of the of the podcast yet. But he was talking about criticizing Apple a little bit and how they haven't made anything innovative in a long, long time. Now, there's one thing I want to tell everybody because people do get kind of like loyal to their devices and things like this. And I can tell you, it's similar to the way that people get loyal to the music that they listen to, the pop culture and the movies.
Streaming service they use.
It's all about this nostalgia for the feeling you got the first time you used it. If someone said tomorrow that we're going to rewind, not even rewind, tomorrow we're going to re-release Napster the exact way it was back in the day, and you can just go on and look for things and download things, you're going to have an entire section of humanity who grew up at that time doing that stuff, like feeling nostalgia and wanting to go back and do that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, as you're younger, the things that affect you, the things that you connect with are big. Apple back in the day, they were in death's door, man. They were going to be completely gone bankrupt, done, did nothing. Mm-hmm. Microsoft came and saved them and gave them some money. And jobs came back. And we all know the story. They're one of the biggest companies on the fucking planet. Okay. So I can see where he could criticize that and say, okay, they haven't really innovated that much, as much lately or whatever. That's his opinion. That's fine and dandy. But I mean, there's a lot of shit that those motherfuckers have and can do. I don't feel the nostalgia for Facebook the way that the nostalgia for Apple. Like if you go back and really remember what that was like when Apple was literally on death's door and not coming
those
back.
Phones you have still
not even back to the phones. Go back to like the original Macs and stuff like that. I've used an Apple ever since I was in the 6th fucking grade, man. Since I was like single digit kid. Mm-hmm. So So I have a skewed sense of everything that I have made, everything that I have built, everything that I have created as a designer, every podcast that we have ever released, everything in this studio. There's no I don't have a PC. I don't even know how to use a PC. You can stick a PC in front of me and I'm just like, I don't even know I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to. I don't need to. It's like, so I think the loyalty and the fandom for Apple products in that respect is completely different than Mark Zuckerberg, who started a website where they were comparing faces of women at his college. That's two completely different things.
Yeah.
They weren't making any products. They haven't made hardware. In fact, they get criticized. People, you walk up to people, they literally say they hate Facebook.
The fact that there's no thumbs down button.
Right. Exactly. So it's comparing.
I know where you're going with this, and I can relate to it because you're absolutely right. There's a lot of things. Why do you need a Facebook and Instagram and 3 different things? Can't you get it all done with one? But it's trying to saturate the market and trying to find a niche to have people spend their time being on, and their websites don't work. If it isn't for an iPhone or an Android, because their systems don't work.
And let's be honest, what it comes right down to is their sites are more provocative and much more appealing to go and check out when shit is off the rails. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Instagram starts posting a bunch of crazy shit. Everybody's like, oh my God, did you see all the shit going on Instagram?
It drives people
when things are fucked up on the social networks, everybody goes towards them, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say all of our iPhones go fucking crazy and get fucked up. They're not appealing then. You're going the other way around. See this? So there's a huge difference between a hardware company. Apple is like Sony now, or Sony makes all these things, and they're a device company with the software implemented into the devices. Where Facebook Facebook is literally just a website and some apps.
Yeah.
And then they're making these glasses, and they're trying to get into the hardware game because they have all this fucking money. So I can see them in the future heading forward. Yeah, they're going to be in the game doing some shit because they have the cash to do it.
So you brought up an interesting thing when you mentioned the glasses, because again, a lot of shit's happened on New Year's Day. The guy that was actually in New Orleans, they took the footage from his glasses.
Oh, he was wearing those?
Yes, he was wearing it when he was riding his bike around. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No.
Before he did what he did, he was riding his bike around, casing the place and everything else. Dude. So
have we not recorded since then?
No, we haven't.
Oh my God!
We haven't recorded before New Year's. We were recorded right before New Year's.
Happy New Year's, motherfuckers!
Christmas. But basically, there's a couple different directions to go into, and I apologize, I didn't take my ADD medicine this morning.
No, it's fine, man. Keep it rolling. I love it.
But if something were to happen to your phones, the internet, and everything else, and you can't look up the information of crazy shit going on, in the old days, we used to crack open a newspaper that used to work for a newspaper company.
Magazines, you go to the magazine rack. What's going on? Let's go check out what's going on.
That's how we got our info.
And you go there and you consume, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It's like, what do you fall back on if the shit really were to hit the fan? And what do you rely on? So again, doing away with what the announcement that he made this last week allows for content to flow more freely. There's a comment section where we can police ourselves, but it's going to drive subscribers because he knows right now, in the next 4 years, so much shit's going to get posted to Truth Social. So much shit's going to is on Twitter. Yeah. I don't know why we still call it Twitter. It's X.
I say X. I use it.
Yeah, X. And it's used a way to propaganda. It's the new Miss Saigon, whatever you want to call it, of being able to drive stuff. So
it's going to be interesting to see how it all changes and stuff like that, and if it's going to allow people to go back there and actually feel like they can say what they want to say. I've dodged Facebook because I just know that they're leeching off my information. I at the first week of the year, I'll go on and I'll check if there's any new people that I want to be friends with that I met over the years. Yeah. Posted out my video for for my year in review video. I posted that up there, and then that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go posting any more shit for that.
Yeah, I posted breakfast photos here to help out, friends' business and everything else. Really good avocado toast.
Use the tools to help promote your stuff. They're leeching off your shit, but here's the thing. They're just a website, okay? They're literally just a website. There's nothing stopping any of us from making the exact same thing for your own community. I can make a community, just call it the road here. The road that I live on, just call it that road. And anybody who's on this road, the only people who are allowed on this site are those people. And you could have a community. You can build this stuff, people. It's easy as fuck. You heard me making music, okay? I didn't make that shit. The AI did it. So it's easy to make websites now, man. It's easy. Super fucking easy. It is. It's great.
Well, and a couple other things, too. Last weekend, I actually watched the movie The Apprentice.
Oh, is that the Trump thing?
Yeah. Really good.
What's
really
it on?
good.
What's it on?
I rented it for $5 off of Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And it really is a good acting.
I've heard that it was all right.
Yeah, no, it's a really good movie. Good acting, gives you a little bit different, insight, into the world. I thought it was going to be more about the TV show Apprentice when he was doing that, but it's not. It's like him and Roy Cohn, the lawyer, the McCarthy era guy, and pretty interesting. So
I have to check it. I did hear some reviews on it. So it was pretty good, worth watching
for some awards.
So, yeah, that's my last on this whole Zuck thing. I'm curious about it. I do, like I said, I have made every attempt to try to find him in some sort of way, a guy to get behind, but I don't know. I think that movie kind of fucked him as far as what they made him look like, that Social Network. Yep. He could be the nicest guy, whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's just... I appreciate his drive to keep the company going and doing things and gobbling up other companies is the thing that he can either be criticized for or like looked upon as like, okay, yeah, he's making some moves to keep themselves relevant because they know they don't want to be MySpace is what I'm saying.
Yeah. When you look at it, there's him, Bezos, Musk, Jobs, the four horsemen of the apocalypse when it comes to it. And as long as they're helping to give back and not being self-interest, but even Musk, Elon, made $250 billion just in the last few weeks with everything going on.
He's scary.
Yeah, First Lady Elon.
I want to shift gears just a little bit. So talking the tech stuff, I saw a video recently of a guy who they were at like CES. I think this past week. I think that's when
there's going on out there on the West Coast.
Yeah,
Vegas.
They're life-sized AI robots now, and they're starting to look pretty. We're gonna have to get one.
Oh, do you got one on the screen? No,
I got it. When we take a break, I'll bring it up. But the comments. This is why you put some of this stuff out on social. The comments are where it's at. It's all about, guys, I know where this is going. We can duct tape her mouth and she's not going to complain. It's like all they just dive right.
Shut the volume off. I mean,
they dive right into all of the sexual stuff.
But I thought they were like $4,000 or something like that.
Probably more of these new ones, probably more than that. It looks pretty realistic, man. It's
more than a fleshlight then.
Here's what I would do. This will show you more than a fleshlight. Yeah.
So wait a minute here. You could $29.99 get yourself a fleshlight, or go upscale to like $4 or $5,000 for a full 5 foot whatever.
This is where my fucked up brain goes.
Some guys are never leaving their basement.
This is where my fucked up head goes. Okay, because I'm a face person. I like the beauty of a woman. I like you like the look when she's looking up at you. Celebrity. No, yeah. I mean, that's good. Top of her head.
Yeah.
But, celebrities who are attractive, internet, Instagram models, any of these girls that are hot, I already live even locals and stuff like that were fans of seeing, their cute, adorable faces and things like this. I want the AI. You literally just buy the body. You buy the body.
You can do that. Yep.
And it's got like things inside of the body to pump it up or to make it smaller. So it's got like air pockets in the ass and the titties. The size, you can adjust the size of the ass and the titties. And then it has like an area for, it's almost like an interchangeable fleshlight area.
You have seen those porn, haven't you? Where, supposedly switch out the body for the real thing. It's kind of like, I fucked my stepsister.
But the cherry on the top of this is you can 3D print the heads of these bitches.
So it's going to look like every one of your ex's girlfriends ever.
Can you imagine the creep factor where you'd have to store these fucking severed heads somewhere to put on the bodies?
Yeah, the person would never, list their house for sale.
Oh my God.
You have a secret room. It's not going to be a gun safe. It's going to be a safe for different heads.
Sorry, people, you had to get into my brain there first.
You are one twisted motherfucker.
Oh, David Duchovny. I love that. I love that, man, from Californication when you would do that.
God, that was a great show. That and the Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, he's fucking great. Okay, so now that we're talking about women's body parts.
So for your 50th birthday, you want one of these?
I don't know if I want
Christmas.
One.
I mean, she would have to go.
I'm just gonna make one of my own. I'm gonna become a seamstress. I'm just gonna make my own fucking electronic AI bot bitch. I'm gonna talk to the guy who rejuvenated Brooke Shields' vagina on.
Oh God, I saw that too. They need to quit. Leave her vagina, JJ, alone.
Here's the headline on this.
How did they do that without her knowing? That's the thing. What did she go in? I'm going in for surgery for this, and did this just happen to happen?
The best part about this is that from this headline, Brooke Shields just detailed the horrifying moment a surgeon proudly told her he'd given her a vagina rejuvenation without her consent. Oh my God. How do you?
It's back to the Blue Lagoon. God, back in the day, like when she was in Pretty Baby, that was like child porn there that they shared some picture of her on, in Playboy.
Did they say what she was in for? Because this headline, it says something else.
Yeah.
She was in there and she got a little bonus. The doctor proudly revealed to her.
It's not like an appendicitis or, appendix removed and...
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I'm here for eye surgery. Why are you fucking with my vagina? Yeah. I went in for LASIK and I got a goddamn vagina rejuvenation.
I had something stuck on my ass, and the next thing you know, my VJJ's tighter.
Invasive vagina rejuvenation without her knowledge or consent. Do you know how bad this dude is going to get fucking malpractice sued?
Yeah.
I mean, good fucking God.
But he'll be selling a story. It'll be on Hallmark.
It's just, good God. That is crazy. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like you going in for something and you're like,
next thing you know, I got a foot and a half added to my schwanz.
It's exactly where I was going. It's like, we did some injections. You got a little girth now. You got a little extra girthy.
Yep.
You're about the size of a Coke can now. You came in, you're like a little Twizzler. Now you're a fucking Coke can.
Wait a minute. I went smaller?
No, you went Coke. Yeah, exactly. I was a 2-liter, goddammit. Why did you shrink my dong? Well, it looked kind of painful. I want to make sure you're all right there.
Funny ass shit.
Before the first of the year, there was a local story of a cop, the police department, I think it was over in Baytown here, the guy who was using his 1-year-old kid as a human shield. Did you watch that body cam footage?
I do remember seeing that. Just sad motherfucker to be able to do that.
The dude's lucky he's alive, man. He was like, you've seen, how many times have you seen videos where it does not end well for that guy? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but good God.
Who would want to do that in front of somebody's kid too after they get the kid away?
And I hate to say this, but the people, the bystanders that were there kind of really, I don't want to say egging on the cops, but definitely were there not calming the situation down. There are two ways to approach it. The cops actually did a really good job kind of like trying to bring it down, I thought. I mean, I'm no expert.
De-escalate it as much as possible.
I'm no expert in this, but I have seen dozens and dozens and dozens of these videos, because when they pop through, you can't help but watch them. It's like watching cops, So I watched the video. The guy just doesn't want to cooperate. He's refusing to cooperate. I think they tased him. He ends up stabbing one of the police officers. Because it gets to the point where he needs a tourniquet, I think. He says it right away. He goes, I've been stabbed. I don't know where the fuck he got stabbed, probably in the leg or somewhere where they had to tie him off.
Yeah.
But still, you attack a cop, you're lucky to be breathing, man. You are, right?
Before body cams.
Yeah. before them cops are jacking to the body cams.
Yeah.
But there was a woman there trying to get, it must have been a mother or something. They're trying to get the kid.
Well, I think it was like his ex was like, the mom of the kid.
Yeah.
The ex, kind of berating the guy.
It's pretty interesting to get, to watch, but it sucks that it's like when it comes close to home like it did. I'm watching that shit and I'm just like, can you imagine? We could have been walking around or being driven by there and like, you don't know, like what the fuck's going on over there?
Well, in a little bit different, but also here in a little town over on Madison there, that fire, that house, guy, they're redoing that house.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, working on gas, their house is gone just before Christmas and the house next door.
Kabloomy.
But everybody jumps to conclusions. Oh, got to be cooking crystal meth. Got to be doing this, for it to explode.
Everybody was negative.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's because stories in the past like that in this town, at least. Do you remember the one where the guy was accused of sexually assaulting his underage either stepdaughter at a house? I think it was near Farragut, up kind of off center, and the cops pretty much took the battering ram and went through the house, and the dude ends up killing himself.
Yeah.
You remember this one?
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah. It was when Red Eye was really involved in the show a lot, and we called him up on that day. The day that all that's going on, we call him. He's at like the Green Hut or something like that in town. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm getting drunk because I know I can drive home without any cops chasing me because they're all over at this guy's house trying to get the pedophile.
Oh, God.
He straight up was saying that shit on the fucking bikes. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I said, you're going to go drunk driving because, the cops are all busy.
Oh, classic Red Eye. Classic.
He's had some moments, man. There's a couple clips. I got him dropping major N-bombs, just going nuts. I was like, okay.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Well,
Be careful, he might poke you later on.
Once we have, the orange-faced Cheeto man back in the office, do we feel like things are gonna go back to when it was great again? And I still, to this day, have never heard the exact year or decade then when it was the greatest, because I really want to know what I'm in store for. You know what I'm saying? If they go back prior to the 70s, I want to know that certain people aren't going to have certain rights. I want to know if it was the 80s and everybody was getting AIDS and coked out and shit. We only got the coked out shit now.
Those things are covered in that movie.
I want to know when it was great.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting because let's face it, we live in an imperfect world. And some people will equate it to if the stock market's great and we could retire and who cares who's in office, and grocery prices and gas prices are down. Those are things that people tangibly think are, when things are good.
Right.
When it comes to it. If we're not at war with another country because we're trying to take over, the Panama Canal. And
what is your take on this shit? Like,
here's my take on it. I just had this conversation yesterday. It actually makes sense. Even though there's a Chinese company that's managing two of the locks there. When it was originally done, because I'm so fucking old, I remember it, with Carter, the dollar deal and everything with that, it was supposed to be, okay, we don't have the headache of maintaining the canal, the responsibility. It's going to be free trade. Everybody's going to be able to use it fairly and freely. Well, people get preferences, and I think there's only like 24 freighters that go through like on a year. It's not so widely used anymore, but it is a kind of a spot of political thing, and it's more than just us doing this. It's the motivation of how does it benefit Musk, and how does it benefit others in it. It's not about you or I, and it's not going to lower grocery prices, and it's not going to affect the cost of it. It's the same thing with Greenland about the mineral rights and that are going on. And yes, that's another hub, for a strategic point to be defensive of. And I feel like every time I'm on the show, I'm like this political aspect.
I want to know about this.
Everybody else talks about titties and ass.
No, I'm fine with this. No, I'm fine with this because here's the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Putin show some disagreement with him taking them saying that they're going to take Greenland?
Well, it's not so much that, but it's also kind of like, what can Trump do that is going to one up what's going on there. And it's also what you and I've talked about before. The more you're looking over here at this hand, the less you're looking at here, and you're not worried about, trying to push through Hexeth as, and the Cash Patel and getting those guys into their positions of power.
Does he just, I guess I don't want to get into the psyche of this fucking moron because he's just so fucking crazy. Him talking about Canada being the fucking 51st state. It's like, well.
But there's.
What?
He's been successful in it. Again, I'm going to go back to this whole movie that we just watched.
Yeah, tell me more about that movie because I'm curious about that.
Roy Cohn, the way it's depicted in there is that he helped to build the strategy of how Trump approaches everything.
Mm-hmm.
Of don't admit you're wrong, no matter what. Push somebody you're to sue, and be ballsy. Get to know, get some dirt on people because Cohn was like recording people and everything like that as well.
Are you talking about the lawyer that spent time in jail? That guy,
Roy Cohn that actually died of AIDS, but it had to do with McCarthy.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
but he was very influential. He was gay, but he spoke out against gay people, So there's a lot of things like that go on in the movie where it does show, like at the beginning, like Trump's a little bit naive and a little bit, maybe not secure in himself and everything else to being somebody that is, had daddy issues and surpassed him. And there is something about what he does now that people do appreciate is that he is going to say what we all think sometimes, but afraid to say it. But also he's going to challenge people when it comes to it. That's why people want him in office.
But I think he contradicts the shit out of himself.
He does.
And he gets, and there's video and audio capture of him literally saying the opposite things.
Yeah.
It's like,
but that's what narcissists do.
It's like, what the fuck? Dude?
Sociopaths, narcissistic tendencies will be, I'm going to compliment you. You're the greatest person in the world. Oh, wait a minute. I fired you. You're the shittiest person. And whatever I said was wrong because I listened to somebody else. Or he won't say he's wrong. It's like he got misinformation from somebody else telling him they would be the right person for the job.
I know it's going to be just so much effort on my part to just ignore it. I did that for the majority of his first term. I just didn't even give a shit. I didn't care. Mm-hmm. I fucking tapped out. I was like, okay, nope.
I'm not going to get. And as long as it's like somebody's not taking away my freedoms, yeah.
Oh God, that's the biggest worry, though.
Yeah.
So when's he going to come after podcasters? Come on now, we're the new. Come on, we're the voice. We can say whatever the fuck we want to say, and who's going to fucking stop it?
Well, that's the thing. It's going to eventually. It is going to be cracked down upon, and there probably will be some censorship out. Even though
fuck that shit, dude. No. The second that shit comes on, I'll double down, dude. Yeah. I will double fucking down. And again, I can't criticize this dipshit for his lack of a backbone when he just flip flops on all the people there. He says one thing, then the other one. I'm the other way around. I'm gonna say exactly my fucking thoughts, and you can call me out on it, okay? Mm-hmm. If you can go and hear me say anything otherwise, I have especially when it comes to like my motivations in life. When it comes to this podcast, it's definitely not money motivated. I don't care. I don't fucking give a shit about money. I don't care.
That's why this isn't. No. You don't do anything with money with this show. This is all free time. That's why there's no sponsors.
That's why there's going to be a spin-off show with nothing but money. It's called Money up my ass. Money, gimme, money. Right? Doesn't that sound entertaining? You fucks. money. Oh, by the way, I have a concept that I want to talk to you about off the mics here.
All right.
Which could be perfect, especially if, it's so fucking good. So fucking good.
I'm going to hand you my money right now.
No, it's good. It's good. It's something that I could teach you to do, and you could do it, and you wouldn't even need.
You're going to show me how to get the domain name for the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America? Somebody already has it, by the way, and they're selling T-shirts on it.
And that's part of the reason why. I heard the reason why is they want to do this is because the bill that Biden passed is you cannot drill in the Gulf of Mexico. But if we change the name to the Gulf of America, it'll be okay to drill.
What the fuck are they doing?
Stupidity of it all.
Are
other countries going to be like? Are other countries going to be like? We've been calling it the Gulf of Mexico since 1540, and now all of a sudden it's going to change 500 years later. You know?
Well, I had this conversation earlier today about how America was discovered, and who was here originally, and
a lot of Spaniards,
right? Okay,
a lot,
right,
and a lot of people Norwegian. What I love, Leif Erikson, and that.
Right? I know it. And here's the thing about that, okay? I'm guessing they didn't speak English, right?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna take a blind stab at that. There were probably some Spanish-speaking people on the land that we're on right now. I'm just maybe not here in Michigan, but in the country. I'm gonna guess.
Not to mention all the tribes, the Native Americans.
They're not spitting out English,
Aztecs,
right? Right. So all of these go back to where you came from kind of conversations.
We all need to get kicked out.
Hilarious. I love it.
Well, if they take away the natural born citizenship, we're all fucked. I mean, we all were born here. Our parents, grandparents, whatever, all came from somewhere else. So
you gotta love it.
Yeah.
I want to shift gears just a bit.
Thank God.
I don't like not knowing pop culture shit. Like I'll watch like MTV Video Music Awards and these other shows. Now there is a person here that I saw today on TMZ because I'll hit that from time to time.
Hey, before I forget, let's get Nikki Glaser on here.
Oh my God.
She's going to be at Soaring Eagle in May.
That bitch is fucking hot as shit.
We need to get Nikki Glaser.
She's so fucking good.
Nikki, if you're listening to the show, we want you on the show.
I want to suck your titties.
Well, there's that.
Okay, Sexy Red. Do you know who Sexy fuck? Oh, God damn it. I thought I just had to fuck her up there.
No, you didn't.
Sexy Red is this fucking... No, it's... My goddamn shit's all fucked up now. It's this... I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl. That's the biggest issue here. Huh. We're a little cold here in the studio. It's a girl. It's a girl. I did some research. I did some girl. It's a research. No, it really is. I can't tell.
Am I erasures like... Because I took the coat off.
You did. You're cold. Yeah.
That's building up the testosterone, the cold weather.
My feet. I was out there shoveling the fucking snow. But
shit, I haven't shoveled yet today.
Okay, so this Sexy Red, they spelled it SEXYY, Red. And at some point, I will be able to bring it up on this goddamn fucking computer, but not right now. This bitch, or tranny, or whatever the fuck it is, spent $30K on new titties and is showing them off. Okay? And
it's not AI.
No, it's not AI. It's straight up real. And the titties look good, but I can't get behind a chick, if it is a chick, that looks like a fucking dude. Straight up dude, man.
She must be like 6'3" or 5'7".
I don't know. But this is the opposite of what I just heard an older show where I was talking about Karen Core. Do you know who Karen Core is?
Sounds like from the band The Corrs?
No, she's a billiards player.
Oh.
She's a professional billiards player, okay?
That's
and
hot.
she looked like Christopher Reeve as Superman from fucking 1970 whatever in the face when he was Clark Kent. But her titties were like Pamela Anderson. It was the weirdest dynamic watching her do the billiards because she's bent over the damn table,
skinny as a beanpole,
thin and tall, and the big old tatas, and then it's like, why am I attracted to Christopher Reeve's face on these big old titties?
Could be like, one of those TV challenge shows. Denise Richards popped a titty on the challenge show. She popped a titty on the show.
It's the only time I can honestly say I know what it felt like to be one of these tranny weirdos who can't fucking decide what the fuck they are, what they're into. It's like, it's because I've been looking at internet porn with chicks with dicks for my whole life, and now I don't know what the fuck to be. Right?
That was a chill down my spine. Not how cold it is in here.
You did a little shaky shake there. So anyway, I'm gonna get this picture put up for you, but I want you to I don't know. I could just turn my laptop towards you so you can just see. Okay, look here now. Is that a dude or is that a chick? What is that?
I'm looking at the Adam's apple area.
What is that, bitch?
That's
I think it's a chick, but I can't.
On the right, looks like a chick. It's almost like the whole thing with Michelle Obama.
By the way, where the fuck was she at the funeral, man?
She was still in Hawaii.
That's all right. I would have been too.
Yeah, and I think that's why Trump was joking around with Obama so much. It's like, oh, you had her leave at home. I wish I could have left Melania at home.
Melania looked unfucking happy.
Yeah. Well, Melania's, supposedly, Musk is knocking on that door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of.
Where did you catch this vibe? That guy's dude. He fucked Amber Heard, and she was still all right before the. I think it was post turd. I think it was post turd.
Yeah, I mean, while the cat's away, the mice will play, and he's living at Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, listen. On a local level, fucking Eraser and I, we like to jump around to different places that she's never been to. She's not from this area, so we've hit most of the bars in town. But the other day we went up to the country house.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it was like a Monday or a Tuesday.
Was the pizza guy there?
Pizza guy.
Yeah, my compadre.
I don't think no.
TP.
No pizza. No.
Yeah.
No pizza. But there's a waitress there who looks like a little Amber Heard, little curvier Amber Heard that was working there. She was really cute and super adorbs. She was our waitress. And then come to find out, Erasure's kids. She was Erasure's kids' babysitter. She comes up. She goes, "You look familiar." And then it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see that. So local level guys, you want to go check our little hottie boom body? Go do that.
Yeah.
Fucking check it out. Do you want to take a little break here?
Yeah.
Let's get our heads together. Get this fucking technology working. Let me bring up some music.
Little side note. My dad used to play softball for the country house. And actually they won a couple of championships for those guys back in the day.
The country house.
Yep, the country house. It was Pink Garter Lounge at one time.
It was called a what?
Pink Garter Lounge.
No shit.
Yeah, we used to have a bar in the town called Pink Garter.
Okay, ready? So here, play some music.
All right. Lead us out of here with that.
I was going to say, we can play that fucking cool-ass song that we played earlier. Oh, yeah, motherfucks. It's been a pretty decent show here. Just us yammering on about stuff, which I like. It's an extended hour-long episode of the podcast. Do you have any great things to say to everybody?
I think this episode was long enough for Erasure or anyone else to rub one out while they're driving.
Fuck yeah, everybody.
Goin Deep Show.
Cheating on one chick is a dick move. But this guy, Takashi the Pimp Miyagawa, took it to a whole new level of scumbaggery. This 39-year-old loser from Osaka was caught with his pants down, not because he was boning 35 women, but because he was scamming them out of birthday presents all year round. Picture this. Takashi, this sleazy part-time worker, was out here playing the ultimate game of Guess My Birthday with his harem of 35 gullible women. He told one broad his birthday was in February, another in July, and yet another in April, all while his real birthday is in November. This sneaky bastard was raking in gifts like he was Santa Claus, but instead of giving, he was just taking. The scam blew up in his face when these women, bless their hearts, formed a victims association because they realized they were all dating the same piece of shit. They collectively cried to the cops about losing what amounts to a measly 100,000 yen, 919, on his fake-ass birthdays. This clown met his conquest while pushing shower heads and water purifiers. Talk about a fitting job for someone who clearly needs a shower, both physically and morally. One of his victims thought he was in it for the long haul, dreaming of a life together, while Takashi was just in it for the free shit. And then there's this cringe-worthy moment when some brave MBS News reporter decided to confront this walking red flag on the streets of Osaka. Takashi, in full-blown panic mode, tried to run from the truth like it was a paternity test. The video ends with him sprinting away like he's late for his next date or something. People on Twitter were losing their minds, some even wondering if he was gunning for a Guinness World Record for most simultaneous relationships or largest collection of birthday loot. So there you have it, a story of love, lies, and a lot of birthdays, all wrapped up in one disgusting package. Takashi Miyagawa, you're not just a cheater, you're a legend in the shithole of human decency.